experiencer of experience.
How is it that we're able to point to that, even though it remains completely beyond our grasp?
It'd be, I suppose, like if a character in your dream says, "Wait a minute," and like all of a sudden, an instant kind of like connection. Like you are the same time connecting your subjectivity to that little dreamer, and being now saying, "I'm aware of multiple things. I'm aware that you're dreaming. Are you aware of me?" And the answer that comes back is, "Yes, I am aware of you. But you're me." And this is going on. This is kind of what you're
the self-referential dream.
Yeah, it's the subjectivity becoming aware of itself. It's kind of like if you looked in your dream and you became aware of, oh shit, you know, that's me out there, and then the out here is going, oh shit, that's me in there at the same time.
Right.
And it's, I guess, but there's still these different perspectives looking out and in. Is it ever, you know, at what point?
Well, I mean, thinking about dreams and sleep, you know, we think we don't know about death. Like we have no basis for having any opinion about what happens after death, and yet we fall asleep every night. Our consciousness passes away, the deep dreamless sleep.
Nothing there.
I think it's funny that we spend so much time talking about death,
Yeah.
or I'm asking questions about death when we haven't answered the question what death is. And so it's funny that then we ask other questions that involve the word death that are only sensical questions if the word death has a meaning.
Well, yeah.
And so I think a lot of the discourse pertaining to death is frankly hot air. I mean, we haven't determined what death is with a working intention.
Well, what if we look at all kinds of cultures in the past and see how they bury, or not even bury, but if we're going to call it, let's just for practical
practices,
after something ceases to have an ongoing like living experience that we traditionally generally accepted.
Physical body.
Sure.
Well, see, but I don't know if we could say the sentence that you just said, something having a experience, a living experience. You know, something having a physical experience. I think there is the physical experience.
Sure.
And a part of the physical experience is it's an experience. It's experiencing itself. And so it's not there's something having an experience. The experience is the thing.
There's that too, and then I think I think this would probably require spotlight consciousness rather than floodlight to really focus on looking at, okay, this event is happening, right? It's a happening process, but in this, can I make a constellation in a sense? Because we do. Right now, you're doing it in the sense of the bed of the person, you know, fragmenting and connecting all the dots, all the waves that are going on. You're making a constellation of human being in concepts. So I think for a practical kind of slice and dice aspect, let's just say that cultures have developed some ritual around this vague cloud that we're going to call death for now. And it's a cloud because I think it's permeable. There are things, it's not so clear cut, right?
Right.
But I think, you know, the rituals kind of develop, and have you seen that? And what is it that's different in humans, especially around this kind of thing?
Death is our major hang-up, but it also gives rise to all our religion and culture.
I mean, according to Phil, he's like we're hung up on the wrong thing. We're not even seeing it for what it really is.
We're obviously hung up on it.
But what's been going on? What have we as a species been hung up on? Why are we developing these rituals?
Matt said this well earlier today.
What did I say?
He said anxiety is fear without an object.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the discussion of death is an anxiety, is fear about an unknown.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is. That is the source of religion and, you know, state and
Other reactions to anxiety.
It's
rather than compassionate curiosity.
So what would it mean to compassionately embrace death as the next great adventure? Like, how do you...
As the next great adventure. What does that mean? I mean, is it next? Do you experience the moment of death? If it's the ceasing of experience itself, it's kind of like saying, is there before the Big Bang?
Do you experience the moment of birth?
That's a different question. I mean, what is the moment of birth? Is it the moment you physically enter the...
There's a womb.
H2, like the...
You go down the tube and you're born out of the vagina.
So physically.
Yeah,
that
that happens, right?
Well, but some people define the birth as the moment of conception.
Right. That's part of it, I
They
guess.
think that's when you're born, you know. Some people think you're born a few years after you're out of the mom.
So you can't, but that's my question, can you experience...
Is it the cutting of the umbilical cord?
When did experience begin in terms of when you were born?
That's what I'm saying, you can't answer that question.